Hello there, friends, and welcome to my channel. My name is Melody, and I'm a new mom who is also an illustrator, former teacher, aspiring art business owner / content creator, freelancer, and self-proclaimed dork, here to chat about what it's like to be all of the above and much more. Because our identities contain multitudes, and I want to continue to explore what that means for me. Today, we're here to hopefully start taking the steps necessary to make our dreams come true while still living in the horror that is reality. I hope you'll follow along and work with me to plan and implement our 12-week years together. I'll do my best to offer tools, activities, and suggestions that work for me, and maybe you can let me know what works for you too. Plus, it's always nice to have a cheerleading crew as you pursue a new endeavor, don't you think? All right, let's get into it. So, what exactly is the 12-week year? I was inspired to check it out after watching my friend Parky Park 123's video. Please make sure to go check her out. And after that, I went ahead and did a YouTube search and found that there are a ton of people who are using the 12-week year to restructure their years. Put simply, the 12-week year is a productivity system that breaks down our typical 12-month year into 12-week quarters. Writers Brian Moran and Michael Lennington talk about how when we set goals for the year, like with New Year's resolutions, the urgency to persist and accomplish them is lost because, well, a year is a long time. So it's easy to just say, oh, I didn't get to that today, I'll do it tomorrow, or next week, or next month, and you get what I mean. So the idea is, instead of thinking of a year as 12 months, let's think of it as 12 weeks. Suddenly, there's not as much time as we think to achieve our goals, which leads to more urgency, and with it, more intention and more action. But let's be real. I'm a first-time mom to a 3-month-old, so no matter how intentional I am with my time, there will likely be days I'm unable to take steps towards my goals. It honestly just doesn't feel realistic, achievable, or compatible with my current lifestyle, and I'm guessing that there's something in your life that leads to unpredictable schedules and limited time too. That's why I'm going to propose and pursue what I'm calling a modified 12-week year. Basically, I'm going to use all the structures and recommendations from the book, but offer myself just a little bit more grace, forgiveness, and wiggle room on the timeline. I'll still do my best to act intentionally with the 12-week timeline in mind, but I'm also just not going to beat myself up if there are days, and there will be, where I make little to no progress. Whether it's because of things completely out of my control, like when my baby isn't feeling well or keeps me nap-trapped, or whether it's because I have to give myself a break or a rest day because dealing with things out of my control can be exhausting and demoralizing, and I need time to recharge. Because I'm a human already dealing with some major lifestyle changes, and that's a lot. With all that being said, let's take a look at what it means to plan a 12-week year. The writers identify 5 disciplines to make the 12-week year successful. Today we're only going to go in depth with one, but let's take a quick crash course. First, we have our vision, a clear picture of the future you desire, not in your professional life, but in your personal life. Next is planning, a focused plan that identifies the goals and tasks needed to achieve the vision. Then we've got process control, making sure your daily actions align with the goals and tasks identified in your plan, and measurement, which is a method of tracking those actions and tasks, offering feedback to inform whether or not your plan is working. Last up is time use, which is just paying attention to how intentionally you're using your time. Today we're going to hone in on crafting our visions for the future. This vision should be deeply personal to you, not professional. How do you want to feel? Where do you want to live? What do you want your daily life to look like? Who do you want to be surrounded by? Your vision has to be personal in order to give it the emotional ties necessary to give you that commitment to show up every day. There are a lot of exercises you can do to get a better idea of what your vision looks like, but here are a few of my favorites. A vision board is a collection of images, quotes, and more that represents your vision. You can do this on a physical board. You can also do it digitally on like a slideshow page. You can also do it on Pinterest. There's all kinds of different ways. Your vision board might feature motivational affirmations, pictures of where you want to live, words that represent what you want to manifest, and so on. A journal entry by your future self is a journal entry about your day and life from the perspective of your future self. Whether you're doing this with paper pencil or on a word processor, just write about how you imagine you'd spend your day, how you feel, who you're with. Try and be as specific as possible as you envision what your future ideal day or life looks like. This one's my favorite, current me, future me. In a current me and future me, you do a little doodle of yourself as you are now and write as much as you can that describes your current self. Then you do a doodle of your future self and write as much as you can about how you want to and will be in the future. I've actually done quite a few of these over the last few years, and I love looking back at them because I've actually achieved some of the things that I had in my future me, and I think that's really exciting. I did make myself a specific template that includes components that I like to discuss and reflect on myself, so I'll leave that in the description below if you happen to like my template. Alright, and without further ado, here is a quick speed painting of my newest current me. Maybe I'll chat about this in depth someday if you guys are interested, but basically having a baby in postpartum has been a lot. If you'd like to take a longer look at my illustration, please feel free to check it out on my socials. Otherwise, let's now move on to my future me, my vision. And here it is in all its glory, my future me, my ideal self, one day. Major themes are having confidence, being self-assured, achieving financial security, feeling healthy and strong, finding balance in life, and of course, becoming a full-time artist and content creator and sustaining my family wholly from that work. Not sure when it will all be achieved, but with this vision begins my very first 12-week year. Everything I plan and do moving forward will have this vision in mind, and I can't wait to see where things go. Next time in this series, we're going to talk about planning my specific goals and tactics for this initial 12-week year, so if you want to see what I'm working towards, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Well, that's it from me for now. Will you be joining me in embarking on a 12-week year? What's something you see for yourself in the vision for the future? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear all about it. Alrighty, I'll see you in the next one, but till then, take care and be well.